Hi and welcome back to another video in this series of Understanding Layers in Photoshop Elements. This video is going to cover the process of building from scratch a digital page. The theme we're going to select here is Safari Holiday. So we'll start off by creating a copy of the background layer, and we'll select a colour and then just select the paint bucket tool and fill straight into there. Now we'll select the rectangular marquee tool and we'll just select an area down the side here. Select Ctrl J to make a copy, and now we're going to add some filters to this particular area that we've just selected. So we'll just go to Filter, Texture, Texturizer. Now this is preference. You can scroll through the different types of looks, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. We'll just stick with the default canvas in the texturizer. Select OK. Now with the marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool, select again, just select a section of this edge here. Again, Ctrl J on your keyboard, and you can see that the layers are being added. You may want to, as we did before, start to name these. So just by clicking on them, and then we know where we're up to. I'll select this top layer called Edge, which is just this bit that we just selected previously. We'll go to Filter again, this time Stylize and Wind, and using the grab tool you can just pull that little bit across, and you can see the different options you have, from right, from left, whichever one you choose. So we'll stick with that. There you can see we're now starting to create a little bit of a torn edge effect to this. So we can keep this selected again, and we'll go into Filter again. This time we'll use Distort, Zigzag, and again pull this across. If you move this slider around, you can see the actual effect that it has on it. Get to a level you're happy with, just select OK again, and that's just added a little different dimension to it. So looking at this image now, it's starting to take shape on this side, but this looks a little bit bland. So what we'll do is we'll just, with our move tool selected, we'll just pull up an image from the back. We'll make this the same size, so we'll just have to resize it out just by dragging this out. We can move this across. Now that seems to fit the page quite nicely, but we don't want it up there, we want it just above this background copy. So using the method we've shown you in the past, you just left click and drag down to this layer here. Sorry, we have to commit to that. Just drag down on top of there. You can still move this about. Now we're going to use the blend mode. So with this layer selected, we'll select the screen blend mode, and we'll lower the opacity right down to where you can just about see the image of the elephants coming through. That just gives us a nice little design to the back there. That's looking quite nice now. So with the move tool selected, we'll start to bring up some of our images. Just going to add a couple of images to this. You can resize them and move them around, put them on a slight angle. Now we can add some styles, layer styles. So we'll just select Layer, Layer Style, Style Settings, and we'll start off by adding a stroke. We'll select a brown colour here. You can increase the size of this and lower it, whatever size you want. We'll add a bevel to that. You can go up or down. We'll leave it up, and you can also increase the size of this and reduce. So we'll try and get that quite tight onto it. Around about 4 will do. And I think we'll also add a little drop shadow to this. You can play around with this, the angle, you can, where the lighting angle shows. It's not too bad. Just pull out the distance. So we're quite happy with that. Select OK. Now we'll drag another image up using the move tool. Can resize it again. Now if we're quite happy with, say for instance, the above style settings that we've chosen on this one, what you can do is you can go, a nice little tip. Also, if you look over in your layer palette, because we worked on this background on here before, and that was selected, the layers that we've been adding have just been adding to this, above it, sorry. So really we'll just drag these up, keeping the layers palette tidy. So we're working on this elephant image that we've just brought on, but we quite like the styles and we want to keep it the same. So what you can do is you can select this lion image that we've just applied the layer styles to, go to layer style, copy layer styles. Now go down to this image, select it in the layer palette there, or just by clicking on it, and go into the layer palette, the layer menu again, down to layer styles, paste layer styles. And there we've added the exact same layer styles we applied to this image to this one. Now we'll go ahead and add some text. Select your font and your colours. Just select a black font. Obviously where you lay the text is down to yourselves. And what we'll do now is we'll just add the year down here. We can obviously change the styles and the font sizes, etc. With the move tool we can maybe just nudge things around a little bit just to line them up, and then we can maybe add a layer style to this text down the bottom here. We can add a stroke, maybe that stroke could be a white stroke around that. Really reduce that right down, put the opacity down a little bit. We'll drop shadow, we could even add a bevel to that. Right, finally we'll just add some text down this border. We'll select the vertical text, select our font, select the move tool and just reshape this, stretch it out a little bit. I think we'll just change that colour. And now we'll apply some layer styles. We can add a drop shadow. Add a stroke. And we can even add a bevel to that. So there we go, there we have our final page design, which I don't think looks too bad at all. Hopefully gives you some ideas how easy it is to create your own digital page designs. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.